Hello, this is wmpyr. I just came back from watching Mad Max Fury Road, and basically, man, I'm excited. I really enjoyed it. This is my first impressions video. I can't call this a review because, first of all, I don't want to give away any spoilers because the movie, it just came out. It hasn't even been a week yet, and also because since I only saw it once. I think it's a little premature to do a review here. Alright, so for me, this was kind of like something I was really looking forward to, but then, you know, I got a little worried. I was like, man, is this gonna like meet up to its hype and stuff? So I was a little, you know, I don't know about scared, but, you know, mixed feelings going in to watch this because the original three classic films, Mad Max, which I just saw recently, The Road Warrior, this one right here, I just have this here so you guys have something to look at, and then of course Thunderdome. I'm a fan of those three. I really am. I really like those, and I've seen them many times, enjoy them, and I have to say The Road Warrior is my personal favorite out of those three. It's also, I feel like, man, it's really intense. So with this one, I kind of felt like, is this movie going to be like closest to The Road Warrior? Is it going to be that intense? I was a little worried about, like, you know, rape scenes because I'm not a big fan of rape scenes. And also, is the main bad guy, which they showed, the skull mask looking guy, is he going to be able to measure up to like the Lord Humongous in this one, who was... He was awesome. He was a killer. He looked like Friday the 13th Jason on steroids, and he was an awesome looking villain. So I was very worried about things like that. Okay, so overall, I have to say that Fury Road, without giving away any spoilers, will satisfy the old classic fans. At least it did for me, because let me put it this way. It is like a reimagination. You get all the elements from like The Road Warrior, and then with a bigger budget and with modern technology, they're like, okay, so let's get all these elements and let's like redo it. Let's change the story and stuff, change a lot of things, but at the same time, the elements are the same, and you're going to recognize a lot of things from The Road Warrior. There's a lot of homages going on, actually. So because of that, I think it's totally going to satisfy the old school fans. It did for me totally. And the scale is just larger. So than what you saw here, just imagine something that's a larger scale with everything. The violence, the action, the amount of, you know, the combat, the vehicles, all that. Just imagine all that in a larger scale. That's what it felt like, really. The world in Fury Road is bigger than the world in The Road Warrior. And The Road Warrior pretty much is like, for me, it's such a classic. It is like, when I think of post-apocalyptic future, it's pretty much like, I'm going to compare it to The Road Warrior. Anything that's post-apocalyptic, you got to think about The Road Warrior first, you know, because this is like the one that set the bar for me. That's the way I pretty much feel like. And to have a new film that's kind of like based off of this, it is so cool. And the world that they take you to, there's so much detail, the art direction, the cinematography, it's amazing stuff. I wasn't able to capture all of it, obviously, in this one setting. There's so much more to look at. I kind of feel like I definitely need to see it multiple times because they put in a lot of work into the details, into the things that they're grabbing, the things that make up the vehicles, the inside, the interior design, the clothing, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's truly really amazing. They put in a lot of thought, a lot of work, a lot of effort. The budget feels massive. And you know, this movie, I kind of feel like there's nothing like it out there. It blows you away. So it's very unique, and I really enjoyed it for that, and the art and the cinematography. Now the action, of course, is awesome. Storyline, I have heard, like Ivan said that the story was, he felt that it was stupid. I feel like the story is simple. To me, that there's a difference between stupid and simple. For me, the story felt simple, which was a good thing. It's nice and simple, easy to follow. I know what's going on, and then I'm able to focus on the other things. And like, because it's like a reimagination of almost like a redo of this one right here. You know, there are certain things that you kind of wanted to know or explore in this film. Like, do you remember the girl in this film that was like the tough Amazon girl who had the bow and arrow, and she was like wearing all white, and she like talks to Mad Max, and she was like, you know, I misjudged you and stuff like that. Okay, so her character is very interesting, and I kind of feel like we kind of get to see her in this new movie, but in a totally different look. But it's pretty much feels like the same character, but now we get to explore her, and that was really cool, because you wondered about, like, you know, her and Mad Max and their chemistry and stuff like that. So we kind of get to see more of that. So that was awesome. The new villain compared to Lord Humongous, I was worried. It's like, is he gonna be able to measure up to that? I gotta say, I like the way Lord Humongous looks, the way his character looked and everything. I liked it better, but the new guy does not disappoint. I mean, I was like, man, he's just gonna come across as really weak, and there's no way he could measure up to Lord Humongous. No, because there's more character development on him than there was on Lord Humongous. You basically see that he's a king. He's a king, man. So when you're a king, it's almost like medieval times or whatever. The way it's not just a bunch of gangs, and then the leader is this vicious leader who controls these war dogs. That's the way it was in this film. In Fury Road, the guy is, I mean, he is a commander. He has his own kingdom, you know, and then you get the vibe that there's other kingdoms around with other warlords. And like I said, the world is larger. You know, you really get that feel. So that was really cool. So you're not going to be disappointed. When I saw this skull mask guy, I was like, man, he looks weak. You know, oh man. But no, he does play a really good villain. Last but not least, to see Bane as Mad Max was very interesting. I felt like he played a very different Mad Max from Mel Gibson, and I thought he did a really good job. They focused a little bit more on the mad of Mad Max, you know, that he is crazy. They focused a little bit more on that, which I liked. I really liked that. I did very much. And overall, man, this was an intense movie. I think if you're a female, you're still going to enjoy it. You will still, maybe you'll enjoy it even more because you're female. I don't know. But for a guy, at least for me, it was really satisfying to see something like this, to see a guy living in a really harsh, hard world, and, you know, just being able to deal with it. That is immensely satisfying. Not only deal with it, he kicks ass, obviously, in it. And to see that is very satisfying. And probably for women, to see women be able to also equally kick butt in a harsh world like this is probably going to be satisfying too. So I think it's actually kind of an empowering film. So in that limelight, it's almost like 300. You know, the film 300. So I know a lot of people went to go see that and they came out pumped up. For me, I went to go see this and I came out pumped up. So I do recommend it. I definitely recommend it, especially if you like the classic 3 films. And yeah, I highly suggest it. Thank you for listening, and take care, folks.